The red dust of Mars swirled around Dr. Isabella Romano as she knelt beside the excavation site. Her heart raced as her brush carefully swept away centuries of sediment from what appeared to be a metallic surface. The archaeological dig had already yielded surprising findings, but this was different. The material shouldn't exist here, couldn't exist here. Director Thompson, she called out, her voice trembling with excitement. You need to see this immediately. James Thompson, the missions director, hurried over, his protective suit crunching against the Martian soil. As he approached, the setting sun cast long shadows across the dig site, making the exposed metal gleam with an otherworldly brightness. It's impossible, Thompson whispered, crouching beside her. These markings, they're identical to the Sumerian scripts we found in Iraq last year. The discovery sent shockwaves through the scientific community. Ancient human writing, preserved in a Martian bunker that predated known human civilization by at least 50,000 years. Inside, they found something even more extraordinary, a vast database containing humanity's true history. Within weeks, similar sites were discovered across Mars and the Moon. Each revelation pointed to an uncomfortable truth. Humans hadn't evolved on Earth at all. They had arrived there, seeking refuge from something that had driven them from the stars. As governments worldwide struggled to suppress the information, strange signals began broadcasting from deep space. The messages, encoded in languages that matched those found in the Martian bunker, spoke of an approaching fleet. The Nexeri Empire, self-proclaimed rulers of the galaxy, had detected the activation of the ancient sites. Admiral Rachel Hayes stood before the United Nations Security Council, her uniform pristine, her expression grave. Ladies and gentlemen, we've confirmed that the approaching vessels belong to a civilization that calls itself the Nexeri Empire. They claim sovereign rights over Earth and all its inhabitants. The chamber erupted in chaos. Representatives argued about diplomatic approaches, military responses, and the possibility of surrender. Hayes waited patiently for the noise to subside before continuing. There's something else you need to know, she said, activating a holographic display. Our scientists have decoded more of the Martian database. We weren't seeking refuge from the Nexeri. They were seeking refuge from us. The images showed vast fleets of ships bearing markings similar to those found in the Martian bunker. Star maps detailed the extent of an ancient human empire that had spanned thousands of light years. The Nexeri weren't coming to claim Earth. They were coming to prevent humanity from reclaiming its birthright. Dr. Romano, now working from a secured facility beneath the Rocky Mountains, made another breakthrough. The ancient database contained more than historical records. It held the key to activating dormant genetic memories within human DNA. The knowledge of their ancestors lay sleeping in their very cells. The process is dangerous, she explained to the Emergency Council of World Leaders. But if we succeed, we'll gain access to technologies and knowledge that could help us defend Earth. The first volunteer was Captain David Singh, a decorated pilot with an impeccable record. As he entered the activation chamber, Romano couldn't help but wonder if they were about to unlock humanity's greatest achievement or its most terrible mistake. The chamber hummed to life, bathing Singh in a soft blue light. For several tense minutes, nothing happened. Then his eyes snapped open, glowing with the same ethereal blue of the chamber. When he spoke, his voice carried the weight of ancient knowledge. I remember, he whispered. I remember everything. The Nexeri fleet would arrive in less than a month. As humanity raced to recover its lost legacy, the question wasn't whether they could fight back, but whether they were ready to become what they once were, the elder species that had ruled the stars. The first part of their transformation had begun, and there would be no turning back. The age of denial was over. The age of reclamation had begun. Captain David Singh's genetic memories revealed more than anyone expected. Within hours of the activation process, he began drawing schematics for technologies humanity had forgotten millennia ago. Quantum drives, gravity manipulation, and weapons that could reshape reality itself, all locked away in human DNA. waiting to be rediscovered. Underground facilities around the world stirred to life as Singh's awakened consciousness interfaced with dormant systems. Beneath the Sahara Desert, massive hangar doors creaked open for the first time in 50,000 years. In the depths of the Mariana Trench, ancient production facilities began humming with renewed energy. The Antarctic ice sheets concealed the largest prize, a fully preserved shipyard capable of producing vessels that could traverse galaxies. Dr. Romano worked tirelessly with a team of geneticists to refine the activation process. Each person's genetic memory contains different fragments. She explained to Admiral Hayes, "We need to activate as many as possible before the Nexuri arrive." The second successful activation was Dr. Kenzo Tanaka, a quantum physicist. His awakened memories provided the missing pieces to Singh's schematics. Together, they began reconstructing humanity's lost technological marvels. The Nexuri's messages grew more frequent and threatening. Their ambassador, High Commander Vexthor, transmitted daily warnings. Submit to imperial authority, or face extinction. You are not ready for the power your ancestors wielded. But humanity was remembering. Each activated individual brought new pieces of the puzzle. Lieutenant Maria Santos remembered the locations of hidden defense platforms scattered throughout the solar system. Professor Richard Okonjo recalled the codes to activate them. Piece by piece, humanity's forgotten arsenal was returning to life. The breakthrough came from an unexpected source. Dr. Fatima Al-Rashid, a linguistics professor from Baghdad, underwent activation and remembered something crucial: the location of the Nexus Key, a device capable of controlling all the ancient human technology simultaneously. "It's not just a key," she explained, her eyes still glowing with ancestral knowledge. "It's a nexus of consciousness, allowing one mind to coordinate all our recovered systems. Our ancestors created it as a failsafe, knowing we might one day need to quickly reactivate everything we left behind." The race to recover the Nexus Key became humanity's top priority. It lay hidden in an underground complex beneath the streets of Istanbul, its presence masked by careful manipulation of Earth's electromagnetic field. As teams of engineers and archaeologists worked to reach it, the Nexuri fleet crossed Jupiter's orbit. Admiral Hayes established a global defense command center within the Rocky Mountain facility. The Awakened Ones, as they came to be called, worked alongside military strategists to prepare Earth's defenses. Ancient weapons platforms were brought online, their power sources igniting like new stars in Earth's orbit. The Nexus Key was recovered 3 days before the Nexuri fleet entered Mars' orbit. It was a crystalline sphere no larger than a basketball, pulsing with internal light and covered in the same scripts found in the Martian bunker. "We need someone to interface with it," Dr. Romano announced to the assembled leaders. "Someone whose genetic memories are strong enough to handle the full weight of our ancestral knowledge." The choice fell to Commander Lisa Patel, a decorated strategist who had already undergone activation. As she placed her hands on the Nexus Key, the crystal's light intensified. And for a moment, all of humanity's recovered technology pulsed in unison. When Patel opened her eyes, they blazed with the combined knowledge of countless generations. Through her consciousness, Earth's reactivated defenses moved with perfect coordination. Ancient satellites adjusted their positions, weapon systems calibrated themselves, and dormant shield generators hummed to life. The Nexuri fleet emerged from hyperspace, 5,000 ships strong, their weapons primed. High Commander Vexthor's final message was brief: "Surrender now, or be destroyed." Commander Patel's response, transmitted through systems that had waited 50 millennia to speak again, was equally succinct. "We remember who we are. We remember what you did. And we are taking back what's ours." The battle for Earth was about to begin, and humanity was finally ready to reclaim its place among the stars. The Nexuri fleet filled Earth's skies like artificial constellations. Their ships, sleek crystalline structures that seemed to bend light around them, moved into attack formation. High Commander Vexthor had expected a primitive civilization cowering before superior technology. Instead, ancient defense platforms awakened across the solar system, their power signatures dwarfing anything in the Nexari arsenal. Deep space probes, reactivated through the Nexus Key, revealed humanity's greatest secret: the lost colonies. Scattered across distant star systems, dozens of human outposts had remained in stasis, waiting for Earth's signal. As Commander Patil interfaced with these dormant installations, she discovered entire civilizations preserved in temporal stasis, frozen moments before the Great Retreat. The first colony awakened orbited Proxima Centauri. 3 million humans emerged from stasis, their genetic memories intact, their technology preserved. Dr. Romano's team worked frantically to process the flood of new information as more colonies activated across the galaxy. Admiral Hayes coordinated with the colonial leadership through quantum channels that bypassed traditional space-time limitations. Each colony brought new resources, new weapons, and new understanding of humanity's true technological capabilities. From the Sirius colony came the Prometheus Protocol, the key to faster-than-light travel that didn't just bend space, but rewrote its fundamental laws. The Arcturus settlement contributed the Lazarus Matrix, a network of devices capable of restructuring matter at the quantum level. But the most significant discovery came from the furthest colony, orbiting a dying star at the galaxy's edge. Here, sealed in a vault that existed partially outside normal spacetime, lay the truth about humanity's retreat. Dr. Jennifer Blackwood, leader of the colony's science division, transmitted the data directly to Earth. Our ancestors didn't just fear their own power, she explained through the quantum link. They discovered something at the heart of the galaxy, something that made even our most devastating weapons seem insignificant. The retreat wasn't surrender, it was preparation. The Nexus Key revealed images of the discovery, a vast artificial structure at the galaxy's core, built by beings that had transcended physical existence. Humanity's ancestors had realized they weren't the first to achieve such power, nor would they be the last. Their technology had advanced to the point where they risked drawing the attention of these entities. Professor Okonjo's analysis of the colonial data revealed more. The Nexari hadn't simply rebelled, they had been unknowing pawns in a larger game. The entities at the galaxy's core had influenced their evolution, using them to test humanity's response. Commander Patel, connected to the expanding network of reactivated colonies, began to understand the full scope of their ancestors' plan. The retreat hadn't been about hiding their power. It had been about preserving it, keeping it safe until it was truly needed. The colonies began sharing their preserved knowledge: temporal engineering from the Vega settlement, reality manipulation protocols from the Pleiades outpost. Each piece revealed more of humanity's true capabilities, and with them, the responsibility they carried. Through the combined knowledge of Earth and its colonies, humanity faced its next great challenge. The Nexari were merely the guardians of a legacy they didn't understand. The true test would come from the ancient entities watching from the galactic core, entities that had seen civilizations rise and fall across billions of years. As the colonial fleets reassembled, their ships emerging from temporal stasis with technology that could reshape solar systems, humanity prepared for more than just reclamation. They prepared to face the very forces that had driven their ancestors into hiding. The final activation sequence began, a cascading wave of awakening that would restore humanity's full power. But this time, they would wield it with the wisdom gained from their long sleep and the understanding of what waited in the darkness between the stars. The awakening of humanity's full potential came at a crucial moment. Deep space sensors detected movement at the galactic core. The ancient entities had noticed their return. Commander Patel, now interfacing with the combined power of Earth and its colonies, prepared for the ultimate confrontation. The Nexari returned, not as enemies but as suppliants. High Commander Vexthor knelt before the Earth Council, revealing the truth. Their civilization had been engineered as guardians, watching for humanity's return. The entities at the galaxy's core had shaped them for this purpose, fearing what humanity might become. Through the Nexus Key, humanity accessed its final gift, the Omega Protocol. This wasn't a weapon or a defense system, but a bridge between realities. The ancient humans hadn't retreated from fear. They had discovered a way to transcend physical existence itself. As the entities emerged from the galactic core, expecting to find primitive descendants of a fallen empire, they encountered something unprecedented. Humanity had learned from its past, combining its recovered power with newfound wisdom. The Omega Protocol activated, not as a means of escape, but as a way to establish balance. Commander Patel, speaking for all humanity, offered the entities a choice: coexistence or confrontation. The galaxy trembled as powers beyond comprehension faced each other across the void. In that moment, humanity proved it had truly evolved. Instead of dominion, they chose harmony. Instead of conquest, they chose understanding. The new era began not with a battle, but with a conversation between humanity, the entities, and all the species caught in between. The age of reclamation ended, and the age of enlightenment began. Earth and its colonies became beacons of progress, their technology now serving creation rather than destruction. The Nexari found their place as partners rather than servants, and the ancient entities recognized in humanity something they had never expected to find: equals who understood the true meaning of power. Humanity had reclaimed its birthright, but more importantly, it had learned how to wield it wisely.